Good morning, everyone. Mike here. Welcome to the latest episode of my Parkinson's journey. Nice to have you here. Hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. If you're enjoying what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, share. I greatly appreciate it. Let's get right to it. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas again. We certainly did here. It was a different holiday for us. It was the first one without my mother-in-law. Let me say, my wife did a tremendous job. We had my brother-in-law and my nephews over for dinner Christmas night. She knocked herself out, hit it out of the park. It was tremendous. It felt like my mother-in-law was here, and we all had a great night, lots of laughs, no tears, thankfully, and just enjoyed ourselves, enjoyed being with family. Got some great stuff for Christmas. Got this sweatshirt I'm wearing, which is really nice. Um, a couple books, Michael J. Fox books about his Parkinson's and about being in Back to the Future. The got a gift card for video games, which is very cool. And just it's not about the gifts anymore. It's about being with my wife, being with family, being with friends, talking to friends, and enjoying ourselves, just being in the day. Um, but it was a very eventful week, to say the least. We Monday night decided to um, get a new vehicle. So far with Parkinson's, my driving has not been affected. Knock wood, thank God. But we did feel that with getting older, I'm 64, that I needed some more safety features. One of the things that we felt we needed was blind spot warning and all-wheel drive. We found a vehicle that we liked. We went over to Woodbury Nissan in Woodbury, New Jersey, and we leased a 2025 Nissan Kicks SV with all-wheel drive. It's one of the nicest vehicles I've ever owned. It's comfortable. I sit higher. I feel safe in it. My wife feels safe in it. Has heated seats, which is a big help when I'm feeling really stiff. So, it's a practical purchase as well as a fun purchase. So we did that, and that was a big deal for us. Collaborative effort. My wife was completely there. She helped with the deal. We leased mainly for one reason. Two. Cost was one thing. We were able to get a nicer car than we would have had we purchased. And the other thing was, if God forbid my driving does go south, if I can no longer drive, it will be less complicated for my wife to possibly turn the car in. She does not drive as of this recording. So we will, we're going to enjoy the vehicle. We plan on traveling, a little bit. I'm not doing as much driving because I'm not working every day any longer. So that's why the lease also was attractive to us. So, hopes for the new year. We have a new year coming very shortly. Boy, that's a very difficult question to answer. I hope to be in the shape I'm in today this time next year, God willing. But we have seen over the last year that many times life has other plans. We never expected to lose my mother-in-law. We never expected for me to get a Parkinson's diagnosis. And it just was a year of challenges that didn't stop. But that's okay. Um, Life is not always perfect. It's not always the way we want it to be. It is, it's life. In 12-step programs, we like to call it life on life's terms. Uh, and that's what it is. And that's the, we will take it as we come. We have plans for next year. Um, we want to, I will be 65 in May. Our plans are to go to Pittsburgh for that weekend and see the Phillies play in Pittsburgh. That should be fun. So, we've got to figure out how we're going to go and all that, and that we'll get that handled. We want to take a cruise. That's things. We'd like to get bedroom furniture, or we still have the same set from when we were married 33 years ago. I think it's time to replace it. And we'll see from there. We will do it together, plan it together. And, one thing, those of us with Parkinson's, we can tend to forget is it's not just us dealing with this disease. And it's very easy to get lost in that and forget about your caregiver, your family, your friends. And, you've got to remind yourself that you're not facing this alone. And they are dealing with just as much, or even in many cases, more so than you are. I can't say it more than that. I'm guilty of forgetting that sometimes, that's for sure. But, you just can't forget it. You just have to try to remember it the best you can. So, I don't have a whole lot more than that really this week. I'm kind of going to go off my normal subject. Next week, I do have a plan already set. I'm going to discuss this book. It's called The Parkinson's Plan. It is by Ray Dorsey and Michael Okun, I believe it's called. And they're both MDs. It is a thought-provoking, sobering, yet optimistic book about how to handle Parkinson's, how to prevent it, and how to deal with it. It was recommended to me by some other vloggers, and it's really good. And I will talk about that next week for sure. Well, the big thing I wanted to talk about this week, if you are regular viewers of YouTube channels, it was hard not to learn about the passing of Adam the Woo. Adam, I don't know if he was the first, but he certainly was one of the first. I'll call them experienced type vloggers to put his daily life on film, on video, and share it. I have been a faithful viewer of Adam for the last 2 years, 2+ years really. I started watching him when I had my frozen shoulder last year, which I think was my really first indicator of Parkinson's, but that's I digress. I did not know Adam personally. I never met him face to face. I would interact with him periodically in his comments section once or twice every week to 10 days. I felt very privileged when he would acknowledge my comment and say something about it. He had almost 80,000 viewers. he did things like he traveled extensively. He went to theme parks. He was a devoted fan of the Tampa Bay Rays. He was, in many ways, the originator, the innovator, the trailblazer. For all of us who do this, whether you're talking about how you're dealing with a medical condition like I am, or you're showing your daily life, exploring things, almost anything. We all, in some way, owe a debt to Adam. And we are all connected by him that way. Adam was a direct influence to my friend, the Philly captain, who inspired him to start his channel. And certainly, if you pressed me on it, the captain and, his world inspired me to start my channel, helped me to deal with what I'm going through. So we are all connected. We all owe a debt to Adam. In the countless things I've watched about Adam since his passing on Monday, the one thing you constantly hear is everyone felt he was their best friend. And I believe that. I truly do believe that he was. He was a kind, he didn't seem to be judgmental. He could find something new and exciting about a place he had been to 1,000 times. I always admire that. I would quiz him endlessly about his process, how he decided to do things, how he, that fascinated me to no end. I don't know what to say other than it just was something that none of us saw coming. We got home from the dealership on Monday night, and my wife saw it, and immediately my heart sank. Both our hearts sank. We both watched Adam. He was such a part of my daily life over the last 2 years. I still am getting up thinking, what's Adam going to do today? And it's just amazing the people he inspired to do this, to put portions of our lives, to just be ourselves, to be kind, to be better people. I'm at a loss. I really am. This person who I have never met face to face, how it's hurt that he's gone. He was planning on getting back to his roots, traveling the back roads of America. And he was going to be in Philadelphia for the 250th anniversary celebration of America this summer. And I was pretty sure I was probably going to be able to get to meet him at least. Like I said, we have a mutual friend who I'm sure would have at least enabled me to say hello to him. But not meant to be. I have not been able to watch any of his videos since his passing. His last video from when I guess he uploaded it last Monday, Sunday or Monday, with riding around with the Grinch in his home with Celebration, Florida. I loved his videos about his home in Celebration. I just love that community. I think it's such a cool place to live. And like I said, there's a endless list of people he inspired. The Philly Captain, Tampa Jay, Robbie Retro, Greg's Game Room, Tim Tracker, Jacob the Carpetbagger. I can go on and on and on and talk about Adam's friends and people he inspired. And he was not a showy guy. He just wasn't. I just loved one of the things that he would do when he was on his international travels this past year, or even when he traveled in America, he would go to a city or a country and he would buy a album from a band that was from that city or that country. And I said, oh, I thought that was really a cool thing. Adam, thank you. I wish I could say that to you face to face. To Adam's family, friends, viewers, my deepest condolences. Much love to you all. I'm not going to do any of Adam's catchphrases. I don't think I knew him well enough to do that. I'll leave that for his close friends. They certainly deserve to have those more than I do. Love you, Adam, and I will miss you terribly. So, I hope everybody has a good week, a very happy New Year, and let's get this year started the right way. It's a new beginning. I will have a lot ahead of me. Getting to the gym, seeing my neurologist on the 19th of January, and being more active and being more aggressive in how I face this. I can't. I've been way too passive, and I'm not going to be that way any longer. It's time to cut that crap. Okay? Everybody have a great week. A happy New Year. Please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it greatly. And I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.